Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's Straight Out of Boston, and today I'm back for episode number 47 of my Atlanta Braves franchise here on MLB 15, the show. So we've got the first year player draft. We're going to go through this. We've actually got a lot of simulating in this episode. It went from the beginning of June to the end of July. I've talked about it before, but I'm only playing one game a month this episode, or this season, I should say. And it just turned out the July game I wanted to play was at the end of the month. But anyway, I'm also a little bit sick, so I apologize for that. If I am like sniffling throughout this commentary, I just apologize ahead of time. But anyway, this was a pretty poor draft. We didn't end up having a first-round pick because we signed Andrew McCutchen in the offseason, and he had a qualifying offer, so we only got to pick in the second round, and we picked some deep potential reliever. So it was a really awful draft. I did get two half-decent guys, so Larry Deerdorf and the last guy I picked, what is his name, Steve K. Neither of those guys are too bad. I think they're both like deep potential, but they both have half-decent overalls already and some decent attributes, so they could at least, produce at some point for our Major League team, but we'll see. So here's what the All-Star rosters are looking like. No one from the Braves got in the Home Run Derby, although Todd Frazier did, the former Brave, and you see Chris Sale is also going to make the All-Star team. He was our only pitching representative, I do believe, but we had two position players, Jose Peraza getting the start and hitting a leadoff for the National League squad here. And we also had one more down at the bottom of the lineup. Right behind Todd Frazier is Freddie Freeman, and you can see Frazier this year, 541 slugging percentage, 26 homers before the All-Star break, but Freeman having a bit of a better year. I'd have to say 317 with the 592 slugging, only 19 homers, but still a really good year so far from Freddie Freeman. Anyway, no one else made it from our team. Luckily for us, the National League squad would come out on top, but it looks like Jose Peraza broke his foot in the All-Star game. Unreal, out 2 to 3 months. That is a big hit. So I was looking through the trade block looking for, a solution. I didn't really have, we don't have a lot of depth on our roster, so you sort of have to look for external solutions when you get a big injury like this. So I was looking at Tommy La Stella from the Cubs, and I found a pretty good trade offer. Ruby De La Rosa, Ash Russell, and Christian Brown, who's pretty much a nobody. It's really Russell and De La Rosa that we had to give up for La Stella. So we bring La Stella back to the team that originally drafted him, and I think it was the 8th round, I want to say, of the 2011 draft or something like that. But Tommy La Stella, of course, then he was traded for like Ardios Vizcaíno and maybe another minor leaguer to the Cubs in the offseason in real life last year, but he's back on the Braves now in season number 5, and we've got Chris Sale against Dylan Bundy in the pitching matchup today. A pretty nice little matchup here between the Braves and the Orioles. A couple of pretty good squads. The Braves in first place right now. I think we're 5.5 up in the division. We've been playing really well. We're 60-40, 100 games into the season, but Baltimore also having a good season, 55 and 45, and that is thanks to, in part, to the resurgence of sorts. Dylan Bundy, a man who's come back from many arm injuries in the minor leagues and is now having a pretty good season for the Orioles in this franchise, at least. Here we go, the Chris Sale on the mound for the Braves. Bottom 1-3-2 count, and the leadoff hitter Duran is going to strike out swinging on the two-seamer, and that was a pitch that Sale would establish dominance with early and often. Here he's going to induce the 6-4-3 double play ball from Manny Machado. That will get Sale out of the first. So we are 3-1 scoreless here in Baltimore. Chris Davis up in the bottom of the second, 2-2 count. He goes down on the 96-mile-an-hour heater. So Sale with like a 2.25 ERA or something like that. Entering this game, he has been stellar so far. He's been as advertised, and I wanted to use him in this episode because I really don't know how many chances I'm going to get to use him. I mean, if I do decide to continue this series for Season 6, I'm not sure Sale is going to be a part of that team just because his contract is up at the end of the season. He's going to be a free agent, and he's going to demand like $30 million a year, and I'm just not sure I'm going to be able to afford that financially. But Blake Swihart goes down swinging there, so Bundy having a nice game himself. It's bottom 3 now. Jonathan Scope up. He is going to walk, so they'll put 2 men on here with just 1 man out for the leadoff hitter Duran. 1-2 count, and he's going to poke one into right field for a base. That's Soler charging. He will fire it towards home. Not even a chance that Baltimore was going to send the runner there. So the bases will be loaded for the 2-hitter Jimmy Paredes. A 2-2 count, and Paredes is going to hit this one back up the middle off the pitcher's mounted into center field. McCutchen picks it up, fires towards home, and the Orioles will only get 1 run across there, but the bases remain loaded with just 1 out for Manny Machado, and Machado is going to take this one down the right field line. Fair ball. It'll roll into the corner right around the Orioles.com logo there. So 2 more runs will come across for Baltimore, and it is now a 4-0 lead for the, or 3-0, excuse me, and it's Chris Davis up now. 1-1 count. Davis grounder to the second baseman. La Stella's throw to first in time, but a run will come home and score. Now it's 4-0, and later in the actually that would do it for the inning there. Sale would get out of the rest of it. So it's 4-0 now. McCutchen goes down to the curveball. Nice hook right there from Bundy. Front door dropping that in on the inner half. And now it's Jorge Soler up. Grounded to the shortstop. This one to second for 1 on to first in time. So Bundy dominating through 5 scoreless so far. 4 scoreless, excuse me. Now it is Chris Sale, 1-2 count to Adam Jones. He goes down on the changeup. Tried to check his swing there, but could not do so. Now later in the inning, Travis Schneider at the dish, 1-2 count. Schneider flies this one to right. Take a look at this. This was some absolute horse crap from MLB The Show. You can see Gurriel not tagging. He's halfway in between first and second, and he's just going to head straight for second, and I'm not even going to get an opportunity to throw back to first, because I don't know why this game, this infuriated me. Why does stupid shit like this happen? Like, honestly, he didn't tag up, and I didn't even have an opportunity. Look, Freeman's not even covering first. Unreal. But it would not come back to bite me, because luckily Jonathan Scope is going to ground out to LaStella, and this would end off the inning now. If they had actually scored off that, I would have been so mad, but luckily they did not. So I still have 2 working controllers. But here we go now. It is Benito Rodriguez up, going Oppo Taco here deep right, and gone! A solo home run for the former Philadelphia Philly first-round draft pick. And Benito Rodriguez goes Oppo Taco, and he takes the Bundy yard, gets the Braves on the board here. It is now a 4-1 ball game, and a much-needed spark, hopefully, for the Braves here, as their offense has looked pretty horrible today. Really, Bundy pitching quite well, but Bochy will hope that that can spark his offense here, as Rodriguez will touch them all, touch home plate, and put the Braves on the board here. So it's a 4-1 ball game now. Later on in the top of the 5th, it's Blake Swihart up 2-2 count, and Swihart's going to go now for the second time today. So Bundy with a pair of strikeouts on the Braves starting catcher here tonight, and we are through 4.5. Still a 4-1 ball game now. Bottom 5, it is Jimmy Paredes up with 1 down. He's going to hit one towards center. This one is going to get down and get by McCutchen. He took a bad route to that one, and Paredes will cruise in a second. He's got himself a double here to get things going in the bottom half of the 5th now. Manny Machado up, next batter. He's going to hit this one into the hole and into left field for a base hit. Calhoun's going to come up firing. Here comes the runner. The throw in time, and Calhoun got him. What a play from Cole Calhoun. A perfect throw in the air right to the target, and that would keep the game at 4-1 later in the inning. Davis is going to strike out on the slider, so Sale gets through 5. And the game is still 4-1 now. Tommy LaStella leading things off in the 6th. He's going to take that 3-2 pitch the other way. Left center field, that will get down and get all the way to the wall. Jones playing it off the wall, but LaStella is going to have himself extra bases here. So it's a leadoff double for the number 9 hitter, and LaStella is in scoring position now. 2 batters later, it's Andrew McCutchen, 3-2 count. McCutchen, ground ball to the shortstop, and LaStella gets caught off the bag here, and now he's in a rundown. Will the Orioles be able to catch him? Yes, they will. So McCutchen will get to first, but LaStella is picked off. Now, next batter's Freddie Freeman, 2-2 count, 3-2 count, excuse me, and he goes down on the fastball. So Bundy is through 6 now. Just 1 earned run so far. Yulieski Gurriel, another former Philly here. He's going to take Sale deep left field, back at the wall, gone. A 2-run home run for Yulieski Gurriel, and that makes it now a 6-1 ball game, as Baltimore not quite blowing things open, but definitely getting to Sale here tonight. 6 earned runs. Not something you see Chris Sale do too often. Later in the inning now, Scope up. He's going to ground this one to the second baseman. LaStella's throw to first will be true. So Sale's day is done after 6 innings, 6 earned runs. He had a bunch of strikeouts, but it was not going to be enough. As you're going to see, we're down at 6-1. Bundy with 10 Ks so far through 6 innings. I cannot talk today. I'm so sorry. But here we go. Benito Rodriguez strikes out. That's strikeout number 11. And Bundy just cruising right now. So Jason Hirsch is going to come on. The man has had a really good season so far for the Braves. 2.14 ERA so far in 30-plus innings of work now. It's Matt Wieters up, and Wieters goes down on the circle. Changes to Hirsch, gets through the 7th. We're going to look for multiple innings out of him tonight. It's McCutchen up with 2 men on, 2 men down, 2-2 count. He's going to ground this one to the shortstop. Duran charging hard, throw to first in time, and McCutchen is retired. So it remains a 6-1 ball game now into the bottom half of the 8th. Travis Schneider up 3-2 count. Hirsch's 32nd pitch of the evening is going to be popped up, foul territory, sort of behind home plate to the third base side. Swihart is there, and he will make the play for the 3rd and final out of the inning. Now on to the top of the 9th. Bundy still out there looking for the complete game shutout, and he gets it. Benito Rodriguez goes down to the high fastball, and Bundy's got himself not the shutout, excuse me, but the complete game. He goes 9 innings, picked up a zillion strikeouts. I don't even remember how many, but it was quite the performance from the young stud of the Baltimore Orioles. But the Braves pick up the loss. We dropped to 16-41 in the season, but we remain in first place, a solid 5 games ahead of the second place team. So that is going to do it. Hope you guys did enjoy. Thanks for watching, and I'm out. Peace.